Three, two, and one. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Brandon tuning to you guys live with another Lunch and Learn from our Lunch and Learn series. We come to you guys every single noon on Wednesday. This one's all about fighting mental fatigue, combating mental fog, and increasing your drive through the use of terpenes. Some of these terpenes we've gone over before in many different ways. Last month, again, we very emphasized a lot of stress relief and stuff like that. Some of these actually are going to apply to this, so you actually get to see a little bit more of that. However, again, it's going to be geared towards a little bit more in regards to focus and, again, mental fog. I'm going to jump right into it. We have about 3 terpenes we're going to go over today. I'm going to talk about strains that contain those terpenes on average, and also just some common characteristics of these and different plants that you can find them in, because it's not all about cannabis. However, these are specifically just this Lunch and Learn is on terpenes that can help, again, help with the mental fog, the fatigue, and increase your drive. That's our focus for this month. We're going to be doing the same thing for July. So you'll see a lot of, things we mentioned will be kind of sativa leaning, it seems, hybrid leaning as well. Of course, we'll still talk about indicas and stuff. However, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, because this whole month and the next month is really about increasing your drive, kind of just staying awake, and just really kind of, this change of seasons, extra lights out, daytime's longer, you got to keep up with energy. So this is what it's really all about. Of course, that means you're going to need to wind down at night if you have a longer day. So that's why I mentioned, of course, indicas will be on the table to speak about. However, this one's all about kind of just improving your mind and kind of opening it up. So I'm going to jump right into it. And this is the terpene you've definitely heard of before as we covered it. But this one's all about pinene. So in general, pinene is one of the most commonly found terpenes within the cannabis plants, found in things such as dill, rosemary, parsley. It's obviously very common in the pine tree itself. It's got a very strong aroma. It's Christmas time comes. It's one of those things you see the candle shops filled with. You just smell it a lot. Air fresheners. People love it. It definitely has a seasonal type of sense to it. However, pinene is found in cannabis all year round, and with that, it does have some characteristics. It's believed to be very strong neuroprotectant, strong anti-inflammatory, and you often hear about it being used to improve one's mental health and mood. So again, pinene, it's one of those things with, as with most of these compounds, the dosing, the amount, how you actually are getting into your system really dictate kind of how it reacts. Of course, your body is completely different than the person next to you, so you're taking this stuff that I say as a general rule, but it's not, of course, just set in stone. So with pinene, I definitely like to tell people, please be aware, as with all this stuff, dosage is very important. So especially with pinene, go low, start slow, because I know in a small amount, with me, pinene has a huge effect on opening my mind and allowing me to kind of think more clearly. However, a little bit too much could be just actually just a small amount too much. Now all of a sudden I have more racing thoughts. I have actually a little bit of anxiety in my chest, and the mental fog that I was looking to cure is now actually a little bit worse. So again, none of this stuff is a complete heal-all, fix-all. However, again, these compounds, and specifically these terpenes, have these amazing characteristics, and it's really cool to know in general what they can do and how it may work with you. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing a product, you're looking at stuff, that the number you see on the back is super important. And don't let it deter you from trying something again. So maybe you got something one time with 1 point something worth of pinene, and maybe it was a little bit too much, even at, let's say, is flour and you use 2 hits of it, then maybe try, if you see something that's pinene of maybe 0.5, so half as much, maybe try 2 hits of that. The decreased amount could have a huge effect in regards to what it's actually doing. So keep that in mind, that it's not all about, again, the terpene itself. Think about how you're using it. Is that found in flour? Is this actually going to be, is this in a topical? Is this in a tincture? Just keep that in mind. The THC percentage also, just weigh all these things up against each other. Here are some common strains that you can find pinene in. A lot of the blueberry strains, cherry pie, the infamous Jack Herer, strawberry coughs. Most strawberries, most of the cough strains, they tend to have a decent amount of pinene. Again, these are just general rules. You can have multiple Jack Herers on a show floor, and their profiles can be completely different. So just bear that in mind, that in general, that Jack Herer seems to offer a decent amount of pinene. So bear that in mind. Definitely look at the back of your stuff when you're actually purchasing things, and don't just go off the strain name alone. And if you, for example, you're looking for something like a strawberry cough, and you know that it works for you, it does great, try to do your best to either journal, keep track, and just look at the profile itself of whatever medicine you used, and continue to look for that when you're actually looking for any relief or looking for an actual outcome. Don't just look at the strain name, the brand name, things like that. Really look at the compounds inside, because that's ultimately what's going to end up having what matters. All right, limonene. Again, something you guys have definitely heard of. We've spoken about a lot on this channel, especially. This is one of my favorite terpenes, personally. It's often found in citrus fruits. It's very aromatic. Of course, as with all these terpenes, they're produced in the resin glands of the plant itself. Limonene has been known to create an uplifting mood, combat stress, sharpen your mind. I know you know when you hear about it, you smell it, you see it in a lot of cleaning products. You'll see it when you usually in air fresheners within different facilities and things like that. The reason is it just has an uplifting effect, and it's often really, when you walk into a space, it's hard not to notice that smell. And what it actually does, it oxygenates the brain, so it's actually going to allow, again, more, let's say more oxygen, more blood flow means more complex thoughts, more thinking, clearer thinking, things like that. It may also improve the absorption of other terpenes through the skin, mucous membranes, and digestive tract. So limonene taken in an edible form or possibly through a tincture form, that can have a stronger effect in allowing other terpenes to come in. More studies need to be taken and find out whether or not how true this is, but this is essentially what things are slowly showing. All right, so here are some strains that are high in limonene. Do-si-dos, you can find that also with the cultivar Culta that we work with a lot. They make an amazing do-si-dos. I'm sorry about that. Let me come right. Sorry about that. We have cherry pie, Jack Herer, and sour diesel. So you notice we have cherry pie, Jack Herer. They were on the last. They contain pinene often. You'll see that they actually, some of these things will fit. Again, we're looking for fighting mental fog, increasing your drive, and looking to eliminate fatigue. So again, a lot of these terpenes that you see will be characteristic across the board with some of these strains. Do-si-dos, again, check out Culta. We actually have that in-house a lot, so check that out. That's actually a really awesome strain. I personally, again, really like that. And keep in mind that, again, the cherry pies, the Jack Herers, the things like that, even though you're looking for now you're looking, again, limonene can be paired with pinene, which may mean if you're looking for an outcome, you might need less of these because, again, they're working in tandem to a degree. Again, limonene is one of those really, really awesome uplifting ones. It's very aromatic. It's hard not to be able to, just like pinene, when you grab a flower, if you open it and smell it, it's really hard not to notice those things. And a lot of people go off their nose alone and just trust that smell, and which could, again, be an amazing thing and definitely works with your body. But keep in mind, this dosaging is very important, especially when you're looking at some of this stuff and you're looking to actually, you're fighting something, or you're looking to basically alleviate or essentially help with something. You're going to be really looking and testing this stuff. So again, start low, go slow, keep track. That's the best way you can get some of these outcomes. All right, beta carotheline. Again, something that we speak about a lot on here. This is, excuse me, most notably found in things like pepper, cloves. It's been known to help improve cognition and by reducing the neuroinflammation and boosting antioxidants. By boosting those antioxidants, beta carotheline basically can help your receptors function more efficiently. So when you think about oxygenating the brain, again, what you're allowing to do is you're allowing more blood flow. With more blood flow, obviously comes more neural growth, more signals that can be sent, and overall, just for most part, has a huge effect on how you feel through anxiety, your mood. That's very important. Now's not the time to talk about exercise, but that's one reason why you'll see us talk about the endogenous cannabinoid system. And we'll mention things like exercise often because, again, these are going to be natural ways and very simple, free ways for you to allow these things, again, to oxygenate your brain essentially and allow more blood flow to it, which is going to basically kickstart and push your endocannabinoid in full gear. That's what's really awesome about the cannabis plant. This thing has the ability to essentially kind of knock on your system's door, let it know, like your natural system, like, hey, I'm here to kind of help and show support. However, these are things that you're capable of, and hopefully, again, with Peninsula Wellness, Holistics, some of the classes that we offer and things like that, the education we can give, we can start equipping you guys with more ways to utilize your natural endocannabinoid system and not have to depend so much on possibly, the medical flower and products like that. Real quick. Strains high in beta carotheline, we have GG4, Gorilla Glue number 4, Gelato, and Girl Scout cookies. All those strains, you can find those from Verano, Culta. I mean, we have so many cultivars within our facility now, well over 10. I think about 15 or 16 so far. And because of that, you're going to able to, you have a wide selection of stuff. So keep that in mind. You're looking, again, if you're looking to fight mental fog, fatigue, increase your drive, understanding when you're using this stuff, how you're using it in regards to what method of administration, why you're using it, and again, looking at the amount that you actually are using all is going to have a huge play in what they actually do. So this is just a small overview. There are many more terpenes that can have an effect. I mean, linalool, which is most notably known for sedative effects, can have an amazing effect on improving your mood, thus increasing your essential drive, again, possibly in dependent dosages. Usually large amounts of these things have been known to really show what their characteristics can do. So if linalool is meant to relax, large amounts of that have been shown to mostly relax people. And of course, if you're looking, in some cases, depending on their personality type, having a relaxing, calming mind might actually allow your mental fog to kind of actually cease and allow you to think more clear. To some people, it may be too relaxing to where they don't have any desire to think. And it's the same thing, like I said, with pinene. Some people can handle pinene in larger amounts, others can't. But in general, these things, again, oxygenate the brain, allow more blood flow to go up there, help with the inflammation in general, which is kind of what's essentially taking place. When the inflammation is cut down, you're allowing more blood flow to take place and to kind of go in some of these directions. And what's neat is it's being shown that things like beta-carotheline and, again, limonene are actually doing things to improve the brain's cognitive functions, again, by providing more oxygen and things like that to it. There's a lot more to be studied and learn about that, but again, these regardless of cannabis, which has been used for thousands of years, these terpenes are in multiple other plants, multiple other just varieties of different things. So keep that in mind, that it's not all about cannabis, that these things are native to a lot of other plants, and they have these general characteristics for a reason. They work in nature, they've evolved with nature, and there's certain things they do with insects and how they relate to people and other plants, and it's super fascinating. There's way more than we can get into over a short little lunch period like this, but I really want to get into some of those. Those are some of my favorite ones, and again, because me personally, as busy as I am, this is one of my favorite seasons, and I have to kind of maintain and continue to get drive, and continue to maintain my focus and sustain energy. So these are terpenes that I often look towards. At the same time, I'm looking towards myrcene, I am looking at linalool, and I'm looking at ostamine and things like that, because even though they have these different, kind of a different spectrum that we might use for stress relief or relaxation, again, dose dependent, personality dependent, and everything has a huge effect on how these can, work with you. PeninsulaMD.com, you can definitely check out some more info. We have some really cool, over on the Peninsula Alternative Health site, we're going to have some really cool terpene guides coming your way. In the meantime, definitely just search out for stuff online, follow us, continue to look at our stuff on YouTube. We definitely have tons of stuff. And by all means, please in the comments, let us know what you like about this video, what you like to see in these Lunch and Learns, and just in general, tag a friend if you think this will help support them. Guys, as always, thank you for being able to tune in. My name is Brandon. I'm the Director of Marketing here at the Peninsula team, and I'm grateful for getting to be able to do this. Next week, we have another one coming to you guys, and of course, every single Wednesday from here on, so keep that in mind. As always, thank you so much. Please like, comment, and share this video. It really helps get our voice out there, our mission out there. YouTube, owned by Google, does not have a huge hand in helping the cannabis market kind of showcase any of their skills, talents, and just their product in general, their services. So every time you guys make these little moves, liking, commenting, subscribing, it does wonders for helping the algorithm and also getting our message out there. So if you do so, thank you so much. If not, no worries. Thanks for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Again, I'm Brandon. I will see you all next week. Thank you again, and take care.